that you can deal with a almost guarantee of success, because our options are so few that I think that it's easy for you to guess the 11. The first in the group with 12 points can go second in the group with 10 points. I think that with less than 10, I think that the qualification is out of the question. BENFICA needs to, without any question, to make points in tomorrow's match. The strategy that Rui Vitória will choose to try and get that objective, strategy that Rui Vitória will choose to try and get that objective. Will he play defense or will he play offense? I don't know. What I do know is that I studied the best I could, BENFICA. I've been getting to know without playing against him, but now that I'm playing against BENFICA, I try to. Rui has made so many different things in Champions League. He played with. Rui has made so many different things in Champions League. He played with 3 midfielders, with 2 midfielders. Played with Pizzi in the wing, too close from the inside, being the third man. He made so many things that are different. He does something that he never did before. But let's think about try to play our own game, our own match, trying to hide the fragilities that we do have, also trying to get a good result for Manchester. Mourinho, BENFICA gets a defender called Luizão, and you are still. Luizão is still here playing in BENFICA, and you try to bring Luizão to play with you. No, he got there in my last season in Porto. He has a unique career. I mean, not unique, but came and stayed for so long in the same country in the Portuguese football. Came and stayed for so long in the same country in the Portuguese football. If I tried to bring him to Chelsea, honestly, I did not. But I always admired Luizão because of the ending matches that he plays per season, the low index of injuries, always presents, and also for this loyalty, this always presents, and also for this loyalty, this passion that he shows for BENFICA, and surely enough to Portugal. There is something from his brother in the Portuguese finish his career in BENFICA, and I think he will, and that he should. These are unique cases. Finish his career in BENFICA, and I think he will, and that he should. These are unique cases in our days football, and I think that his career is frankly a beautiful thing. Jose?
Nearly halfway through your contract at Manchester. How do you view your long-term future, please, with regard to Manchester United?
You know, I think you English mean that. In one day, it says that I'm going to sign a 5-year contract, £1 billion per season. And then the next day, you say that I'm leaving and I'm going to. The answer is exactly that. Is that nothing is happening. I'm not signing a 5-year contract, and I'm not leaving to Paris Saint-Germain. I am at Manchester United. I have a contract, and that's it. I don't think there is an answer for that. I don't think there is an answer. I'm not in conditions to. I don't think there is an answer for that. I don't think there is an answer. I'm not in conditions to answer to that, because I don't think there is nothing to answer. I have a contract, and that's it.
For Sport TV Plus, you said here that you have been monitoring BENFICA throughout the years, although this year you were more attentive to it. In the last 2 seasons, BENFICA also went to the 8th in the Champions League. Now things are trickier. Does this BENFICA seems weak and to the 8th in the Champions League. Now things are trickier. Does this Benfica seems weaker than the previous 2 seasons? And if so, why? Well, to qualify, to not qualify, well, it's not my problem. It's not my analysis. This happens. It happened with Manchester United 2 seasons ago, where we weren't able to go beyond the European teams. That almost in a cycle happened to a non. As I was saying, no one knows what will happen. I'm recurring to math, actually. Benfica, with the others, it just needs to win the 4 games. And I was able to do successfully. Was trying to show Benfica to me. It's not only. It's difficult to prove that a team that lost 5-0 and lost. I think I was able to do it. I think that the players today were convinced in the meeting we had in the morning with the, they were aware that sometimes not a real indicator of the value of teams. There are have a good team and it will be a tricky adversary to us. What I wanted to ask you is that your return to Estadio da Luz brings you some memories 17 years after you became the main coach of Benfica, and I would like to ask you also, because you are a Portuguese figure, would you like to leave a message to Portuguese people throughout this critical period of fires, actually? It's difficult to add something to what you said. It's difficult to this, but it's a very sad reality. What kind of different words could this? But it's a very sad reality. What kind of different words could I add to all the Portuguese people? I don't think I have something to say. The only thing I would consider is that change a football match result for the terrible tragedy that is affecting so many people directly and indirectly, in fate tragedies like this one, and all the moments from the beginning of my career.
Dejan Lovren was talking about the incident deliberately stood on by Romelu Lukaku. Having seen the incident, is that something that you agree with or want to comment on?
You know, I read something, but it's quiet and forget what happened and didn't happen. So for me, words without any meaning to analyze and to make decisions.
Jose, you've spoken in the past about your affection for the fans, Manchester United, and
May, June, you know, we are in I don't know what to say, and I think you don't know what, and the next day you are saying that I'm going to leave, so I think that's my future is tomorrow.
But it's a fair question. Why is Manchester United not the kind of club where you could see yourself ending your...
Future is tomorrow. That's my future is tomorrow.
But it's a fair question. Why is Manchester United not the kind of club where you could see yourself ending your managerial career and having that longevity like Sir Alex did or someone other managers have done at clubs?
You know, the only thing that I told and is true, this interpretation of my words, is that I'm not going to end my career at Manchester United. And I ask, how is it possible in modern football that any manager is going to last 15, 20 years in modern football, that any manager is going to last 15, 20 years in the same club? I think Wenger is the last one. I think it's impossible for us, with everything that surrounds the job, with all the pressure that surrounds it, to last for so long. If in this moment I want to finish my career, my ambition would be to my career at Manchester United. I think I'm going to be. My ambition would be to my career at Manchester United. I think I'm going to be here 15 years minimum, here in football, in the job. And I think it's impossible to stay, even if you want, even if you try. I think it's impossible. I think Arsene Wenger, so that was my answer. I don't think I'm going to end my career at Manchester United. That was my answer. After that, some people try to be malicious and they say many different things. But the reality is simple. Think about leaving too.
After the game with Liverpool, we got to understand that at least in the British press and many former players of Manchester, the posture that the team had against Liverpool away in Anfield. I wanted to ask you, do you think that criticism is fair? And do you think if it was a different coach, if this would happen also? I have just one comment. That's none. No comment, actually.